When I first heard about Guardians of the Galaxy, I groaned. These characters have been around for a long time, since the 1960s, but they only got their own comic as of the 90s, and I remember reading it, and it was pretty fucking awful. I didn't like the characters or the writing, and I thought that if you're going to do a more obscure Marvel character for movies, there are a lot better choices. I worried more when I saw the characters because they weren't even the ones that I remembered, but mostly new characters, including Groot and Drax, both of whom were villains in the comics, and Star-Lord, who I think is most famous because he's banging Kitty Pryde. So what happened? The movie wound up being fucking amazing, is what happened. Apparently, it's based on a much newer Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and it doesn't take place in the future, but rather in the present in space. The film starts out, however, in the 80s, when young Peter Quill loses his mother to cancer and is abducted from the Earth on the same day. He's raised by Yondu, who actually is from the old comics, but is very different and much cooler in the movie. Quill, who calls himself Star-Lord, is out to steal a sphere which contains an Infinity Stone, but a lot of other people are after it, including Thanos, who sends Ronan the Accuser to get it, who in turn sends his lieutenant Gamora. After it also are Rocket and Groot, who are looking to get silly paid. The four all wind up getting arrested by the Nova Corps, which is like the Marvel version of Green Lanterns. In prison, they meet Drax, who is out to kill Ronan for killing his family, and they escape together and first try to sell the stone to the Collector, but that goes bad when Drax calls out Ronan, and shit starts blowing up. Ronan is a Kree who wants to destroy the Nova Corps home planet as he doesn't believe in a recent peace treaty between the two, and the stone will help him do that. When he gets his hands on it, the unlikely heroes need to come together to find a way to stop him. It sounds really kind of stale and like a by-the-numbers adventure movie, but what the movie lacks in originality, it more than makes up for it with sheer style. The characters are lively and witty without resorting to the sort of banter Joss Whedon makes me so tired of in the Avengers movies. Guardians of the Galaxy is essentially like the Avengers, but way, way better. The soundtrack, which is all pop music from the late 70s and early 80s, just oozes fun. The special effects are amazing. And man, for a character that was a goofy one-off villain from a really stupid story, they sure made Groot interesting in this movie. I can't recommend the movie enough. It pretty much gets everything right and is exactly the type of thing that Marvel needed to do. Something daring and original and completely unconnected to the Avengers. And because it was a hit, they pretty much have opened the floodgates. They can literally do anything now. Way to go, Marvel Studios and Disney Films. This is easily my second favorite of all of your films. Right after Captain America the Winter Soldier, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.